Today I'm going to show you how this lawn tool works and why every homeowner should have one. Now, if you guys are anything like me, when it comes to weeds, the last thing I want to do is go out, mix up a bunch of chemicals and spray them on my lawn, especially if you have kids and pets like I do. If I can, I like to go out and hand pull as many as I can, but that usually can only get us so far. Now, there are hundreds of weeding tools you can buy on the internet, but this one in particular caught my eye when I saw it pop up on Amazon. It's called the Grampa's Weeder. The reviews on this thing were very good, but I was a little hesitant to buy it because of the price tag. 45 bucks for a simple weeding tool seemed ridiculous to me, but I bought it anyway because of the reviews. Now, I've used other weeders in the past, but they all only seem to get a few uses, then I find them sitting in the corner of my garage because they didn't really work as good as I was hoping. Like this tool right here is decent, but it leaves huge holes in the ground, and probably half the time I miss the root or I cut off half the plant. It's just really frustrating when you have a lot of weeds in your lawn and you're trying to get them up and this thing's doing that to you. So I needed something different. Now, after doing a little bit of research on this tool, it actually has a really cool backstory. Apparently it was created back in 1913 in Seattle, Washington, but production was stopped in 1941. This happened because all the available nettle needed was to go towards the war. Once the war was over, no one started production back up on it. But then in 1999, some random guy found this in their grandma's garage and thought it was genius and decided to start production on it again in the same garage that he found it in. It's kind of a wild story. Now let me show you how this Grampa's weeder works. It's funny because the directions are actually right here on the handle. You just center the teeth over the weed, push down on the lever with your foot so it goes all the way into the ground, and then you just lean it the same direction as the lever points and the weed comes right out. What's really awesome about this design is you really don't have to bend over at all, which makes taking out a lot of weeds much easier. So what's happening here is when you lean the tool towards the lever actually pinches the teeth together like this, and then when you keep leaning it, it pulls the weed out with the root most of the time. So I've found this tool works very well on broadleaf weeds, dandelions, crabgrass, thistle, and other thick weeds that grow in a bunch type growth. The weeds this tool isn't going to be effective on are things like clover, round ivy, or wispy thin weeds that grow in between the grass. Also, if you have very, very hard soil, it might be hard to get this tool deep into the ground, so this tool might not be for you if that's the case. Now, one of the negatives I found with this tool is that it does leave a decent sized hole in the ground, especially for people that cut their grass short like mine. If you leave your grass longer, you definitely won't notice this as much, but it's definitely still there. But what I do after using this tool is I usually fill up the holes with some sand and the grass will eventually fill back in. Now, for those of you with a ton of weeds that won't be able to pull them out with this tool, a liquid herbicide is probably going to be your only option. And I talk about a great one in this video right here. Click on the video to find out what it is. I'll see you over there. Now get off my lawn.